The Hoenn region, the third region introduced in the Pokemon franchise. It has released a total of 135 additional Pokemon, but out of all these Pokemon, which of them is the strongest? So here we go, calculating the greatest Hoenn Pokemon. The scores Pokemon will receive will depend on the following factors. First is their base stat. Their stats will be split into the following categories: bulk, which will be the Pokemon's defensive stat, plus their HP, and offense, which will be the higher one of their offensive stat, multiplied by 2, plus their speed stat. The category that gets the higher score will be their build score. They will also get a score equal to half of their other build, and classify whether they are a tank or a sweeper. If the score between the two are between 10, the Pokemon will be classified as hybrid. Sweepers will be further subcategorized into physical sweeper and special sweeper. However, subcategorized sweepers moveset will only contain moves compatible with their subcategories. Next is their typing, which will be their typing score times 6. After that is their moveset. Each Pokemon will have the following moveset, and the score of each moves will be based on the move's base power, multiplied by 1.5 if it is stab, multiplied by its accuracy, and plus or minus any secondary effects. The two most common secondary effects are applying status condition or causing stat changes. Pokemon will gain additional points equal to half of the chances of applying status conditions, or change by 25 for each stage the move increase/decrease a stat. The final factor is Pokemon's abilities. Abilities will only be factored into the Pokemon score if Pokemon's abilities are certain, guaranteed, and quantifiable, unless otherwise stated. Hopefully you understood that. This is how the full formula looks like. Let's just start. As usual, to speed things up, only a Pokemon's final form will be calculated. This includes Pokemon that have a final form in a separate region outside of Hoenn. So for example, Roselia. Also, won't be going into depth of the scoring until the top 10 because nobody wants to hear all this. And yeah, final thing is Pokemons are more likely to rank higher if they excel in a singular stat, such as HP, speed, or one of their attacking stats. Items aren't included, and just know I don't choose the placement of these Pokemon ranks, I just choose the formula used to rank them. In 10th is Regirock. Its stat split will classify as a tank and have a build score of 420, with its other build being 275. Regirock has a typing of Mono Rock to give it a typing score of -1, and will have the moveset of Stone Edge, Drain Punch, Earthquake, and Stealth Rock for an average move score of 98 and have a final score of 649. In 9th is Latios. Its stat split will classify as a special sweeper and have a build score of 425, with its other build being 310. Latios has a typing of Dragon and Psychic to give it a typing score of -6, boosted by the ability Levitate to -5. It will have the moveset of Luster Purge, Dragon Pulse, Thunderbolt, and Calm Mind for an average move score of 103 and a final score of 653. In 8th is Salamence. Its stat split will classified as a physical sweeper and have a build score of 420, with its other build being 302.5. Salamence has a typing of Dragon and Flying to give her typing score of -1 and will have the moveset of Outrage, Aerial Ace, Earthquake, and Dragon Dance for an average move score of 99 and a final score of 664. In 7th is Deoxys. Its stat split will classified as a sweeper and have a build score of 525, with his other build being 175. Deoxys had the typing of Mono Psychic to give her a typing score of -5 and will have the moveset of Psychic, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Recover for an average move score of 94. Its ability Pressure is useless, so it gets no bonus points for that, and end up with a final score of 677. In 6th is Registeel. Its stat split will classified as a tank and have a build score of 420, with his other build being 225. Registeel has the typing of Mono Steel to give her typing score of 9 and will have the moveset of Iron Head, Body Slam, Earthquake, and Stealth Rock for an average move score of 96 and a final score of 682. In 5th is Metagross. Its stat split will classified as a physical sweeper and have a build score of 375, with its other build being 340. Metagross has the typing of Steel and Psychic to give her a typing score of 6 and will have the moveset of Iron Head, Psychic Fangs, Earthquake, and Stealth Rock for an average move score of 109 and a final score of 690. In 4th is Jirachi. Its stat split will classified as a hybrid and have a build score of 350, with his other build also being 350. Jirachi has the typing of Steel and Psychic to give her a typing score of 6 and will have the moveset of Psychic, Doom Desire, Body Slam, and Stealth Rock, boosted by the ability Serene Grace for an average move score of 132 and a final score of 693. In 3rd is Rayquaza. Its stat split will classified as a sweeper and have a build score of 442.5, with its other build being 337.5. Rayquaza has the typing of Dragon and Flying to give her typing score of -1. Hoenn will have the moveset of Outrage, Dragon Ascent, Extreme Speed, and Dragon Dance for an average move score of 116 and a final score of 731. And second is Kyogre. Its stats will classified as a special sweeper and have a build score of 435, with its other build being 380. Kyogre has the typing of Mono Water to give it a typing score of 3, but with the ability Drizzle to lower the damage received by Fire type move, it'll go to 3.5. It'll have the moveset of Origin Pulse, Thunder, Ice Beam, Calm Mind, boosted by the rain for an average move score of 120. And a final score of 766. In first place and the strongest calculated Pokemon of the Hoenn region is Groudon. Its stats will classify as a physical sweeper and have a build score of 435, with its other build being 380. Groudon has a typing of Mono Ground to give her typing score of 4, and with the ability Drought to reduce damage received by water type moves, it will be boosted to 6. It will have the moveset of Precipice Blade, Solar Beam, Fire Punch, and Stealth Rock, boosted by the sun for an average move score of 113, and a final score of 774. Yeah, so here's the graph of the top 10 Hoenn Pokemons by scoring in comparison to each other. Just remember, items and ability aren't taken into consideration unless the abilities are guaranteed to happen. So for Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza. And yeah, that was my ranking of the Hoenn Pokemon. What would you guys give this ranking out of 10? I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. It just looks good. The 3 main legendaries are there. The Pseudo legendaries up there as well. And then all the other legendaries are also there. And yeah, that's about it.